be. Mtwari in the Chiefs goal, last played for Amakosi last November against Mamelodi Sundowns in the quali knockout. Quarterfinal match on that occasion, Chiefs winning in the first round against Supersport United on the road by 4 goals to 0, but then were given a similar thrashing in the quarterfinal. It was Stellenbosch who also went out in the quarterfinal stage last year. They had won the tournament, of course, in 2023, and Tamo Loisani there in picture was one of the players in that successful cup-winning side against TS Galaxy in Durban, just under 2 years ago now. You had a chance earlier, Sean, to inspect the pitch. What's your take on the field out there? They did play a big rugby game here on Friday.
I think the surface is good. It will allow for good playing, football, passes on the ground. It is a little bit wet on the top, so it can get cut up quite easily as well. But you wouldn't even say there was a rugby match here on Friday, to be honest.
They didn't have as big a crowd on Friday when the Stormers beat the Ospreys as they have today, which I suppose the soccer community can brag about. But was successful the Cape side on that occasion. Will that be the case here today? Here's Manafov up against Dylan Swimmins. Little turn here from Lekolowane, who will get the first free kick of the match. So all of these changes from Steve Barker, and we've seen that perhaps the last 4 or 5 matches, disruptive, or how does that all work in terms of player mental well-being, perhaps is one way to put it?
I think the rotation is good enough for players to understand that as long as everybody knows their roles and responsibilities when they come into the team. I think that's the important part. How do I do my job? Where am I going to slot in?
Offside against Kanye, who starts only his second game for Stellenbosch, and who scored the most goals in the Motsepe Foundation Championship last season for Hungry Lions. Well, he looked onside there.
I think it's more the foul. Yeah, he steps into Miguel. You can see the assistant referee flagging for a foul on Kanye.
Now Kunika, who wears the skipper's armband against his old club. Up to Lilepo, very quickly challenged there by Janino Panis. This is Mtanyani who gets the better of Nglobo. Last game they played at the Atlo Stadium on the second weekend of August was perhaps on a pitch that wasn't as good as this one today. What really undid Stellenbosch was losing Nkwali, the central defender, to a red card very early on in the game. Here comes Lekolowane. Hand there from Son, and what they call rugby successfully done. No contact in the face. Solomon.
Souvent, c'est ma pelle que l'on t'a regardé. Et dans le temps.
5 matches. They started the season with 4 wins and a draw. So unbeaten in their first 5, and they've won 1 of the subsequent 5. Stellenbosch have won in their last 6 matches, and in those 6 games scored just a single goal. So both of these sides perhaps need today just for a little bit of the international break now, and you might have a good feeling for the next 2 weeks without competition. Stellenbosch's potential players for the national team, Loisani and Titus, were not included in the final squad. Kaizer Chiefs, as the national coach has pointed out on numerous occasions, not good enough, as he says, to have players in the national squad. Shabalala was knocking on the door and was in the squad for the last 2 games against Lesotho and Nigeria. I suppose an opportunity for Mayo now to maybe start making a bit of a late surge for the national team and for the Cup of Nations in December, but he would need a whole hatful of goals I think to persuade Hugo Bruce.
The biggest challenge always with professional athletes or footballers is consistency. And especially when it comes to national team call-ups, you've got to do it week in, week out.
Lekolowani now, Manafov, high up into the sky. It's a rather disappointing cross from the new left back from Azerbaijan. This is only his second start. His debut was against Richards Bay. They lost by a goal to nil.
I think it will take a bit of time for him to get used to the speed of the game. You could see in that game against Richards Bay, after 60 minutes, he was struggling a bit. So that's one aspect of the local game that he's going to have to get used to.
I think he's still apologising for the quality of that cross.
Well, there's no win, so no excuse.
Now, Mokobori with a long throw was certainly a characteristic we saw in that Richards Bay game where he made his debut as well. This is only his second start. He's on the right-hand side of defence in place of Enyanaya. Manafov comes into the team in place of Omega Daka. Those are both switches from the game against Chippa. Maloisani into the team in place of Ari Stanic.
The speech is beautiful.
Quite versatile. Remember the game against Richards Bay, he was playing in the central midfield and Sanale Bounds on the right-hand side. So it's good to have a player like that in your team.
Enyanaya and Ndaka are both on the bench today, but Stanic not involved in the match day 23. Flags up for offside over on the far side against Lekolowani.
Goal is over at 84k. And he had changed like every match. They said it was 100k, the end of the day was.
Now, don't forget, again, you can vote for the man of the match. You dial that number, follow the prompts, or you go to the Kaizer website. That's 100,000 rand for the best player of the day. So vote responsibly and vote for the best player, not for your favourite.
This is not favourites.
Yes, Lekolowani. Ball inside to Cuba.
Zamutu, lahlela, anakabrangabane, tunakamachana, tunakamastos, alipone kinakatama, bana Manafov, argentala, kibata mutu, Manafov, Kipaki was up like it's it. Hana Chimko Simka, Hana Kenyabor, Hana Kaman Solomon, back to Fata Makochama, Nika, Baba Kapi Furebo, Hano, Chica Solomon, Latera Kapi, Batamutu, Wat Mama, Wamata, Kamani Kani Samayo, Waforunda, Mayo. I work for the world of champions, 6 years of excellence, 6 years of super sport, 6 years, Emunatui, when Papa Fataka Para, Paramotemoke, the Fatsim Kapara, on a television, conversation the television, platform Eka, Yapuramo, Tony Fatim, who fit a super sport.
It didn't touch it like how.
Oh yeah. Stagione che mashume amane kafela accompagné par la TNTP Kaizer still in the park of the 40 goals that's what Patena TNTP Kaizer can get 28 and Stellenbosch at number 12 in fact mashume amane kafela passa Stellenbosch passa sulle Amakosi ababashobora tatira gace kabele turabashano katatellano kada chizi kula Stellenbosch abanyana mona barwa kopan kama ka Athlone Stadium kada chizi 2 Stellenbosch North kan kaya na kamari manenela nobo linka ya lilepro ole laure abashapa peta gace kada chizi C'est pas pour les dire, c'est le signe. Vous avez dit, papa, c'est le pic.
Well, it's going down. It's now 21K.
Hata maneno mtamu kipenya bala kila kama makosema pita mtu Kenya mtu wa kila mmoja kila mmoja pita mtu Kenya mtu amufa uitelwe ukamla shera mla shera ite kama ni Stellenbosch by kala fa kabra hawana mtaparar bolo ke heda chiefs arbolo ke heda chiefs kadalo ke kila mtu ke Stellenbosch hayo ndio ke heda chiefs imeli Johannesburg kile unoto ka 2023 24 season كيف أنا مكيتا؟ نصر الفاز كماني إلا كمان بانانا تسبوت يا مشين كلبو بانك بولو كمان يزموت أرجع متامو أمو سوري فوت منا هذا التيم دبل 325 أيه كينيا موتو ليبو بيكو كلام سريع سريع بيكو كلام ليبو 99 باربيتا موتو كينيا موتو ديفن تاتل تونا تونا كانت بلاتي كروس Il ricorda le sue ultime in levels time. Cada team di Stellenbosch, di Coppana la Peng, Hava Stellenbosch. Ozozeli, Shumete Fitling, Chiefs Hapile Bakaba Supling, Stellenbosch, Hamuzela, Tempelitamo Paracaulican, Holland Cada Chiefs, Hailekin Town, Ia Fiela, Ia Tuna Tafela, Ia Hatikela, Ia Clipinha, Kamarajwe, Atawan, Table Mountain, Hawa Stellenbosch. Continues to the most defensive scout on the table, 23-24. Ini una tura ilmu fela. Papa di Nutamo na Kaizer Chiefs. One draw and lost 8. You're not Stellenbosch. Kilimozenne. Stellenbosch is actually Kaizer Chiefs. La Pemuna, the last time Kaizer Chiefs la Pemuna. They got 2021. Can you 23 April can tell you not. Manafov, Azerbaijan, Ponakamani, Brendan Olusani, Bizamo to Brendan, Bakalafos Camuccio Chaguana, Baratulan Pina, Monarchiamat in Peona, Nankafila John Camaratudio, Milena Tapro Cobodi, Camuccio Chaguana Pestelis, Kevin Tatches. Kevin Tatches Tangao, Bizamonto, Aikenya, Bona, Aikoela Kabule Koti, Nikito Tarantulua, Senior Felajol Kamane Kulane, Senior Felajol Kamane Kulane.
I feel like Khaled Zalali got this idea. Now, combination with this players is not working. Yeah.
Amekuwa pili Papa zaman sana 2016-2017 Papa Linza Nedbank Cup karena aku Stellenbosch ni bapala ligi ya pili kaza chizo masula kata tawo noto Nedbank Cup last round of 32 ka 11 March 2017 tako kona happen 2017-2018 ili la pili na Nedbank Cup happen last 16 Stellenbosch ni tilo ya second division kana pio chipsema hapa pamoja na kati ya penataka lienda kama ni matoho Kapag ibu hape ya mansado ya MTN quarter final ka 2024 siklet tuli kena labia Stellenbosch kapili lienda kama ya SD di pre ulega ya kata kena chips apa papadi ukani penele 4-3 Papadia Katela ya knockout ya kompetente peni ini papadia Nedbank Cup di musim sa 2024 Chiefs dah apakah 3-1 itulah Stellenbosch kakak pula modi fundo filagazi ya pidi tasiati kalau kamera kamera tuare Kigali tata kamera kamera kalau tim kalau nak pasar Rwanda aku para bafana kalau di shooting media kuni timu ya Oktober kamera ka Pompela stadium kamera ka Netflix Nalo natoka para paparinya bakora bafana ni Zimbabwe itaben kamane ka Moses Mapida Moses Mapida Stadium tamkina nalo mo panyo yang lausan mutiare hamo kanyisa mayo amashapagaita tebatsenzi bamakosi shapagaita te Oscar Emojelo Kaizer Rakamota Maledi how Rakamota Maledi utuzwage ambidextrous ambidextrous Rakamota Maledi ambidextrous yena Kaizer my left and right Rakauna Gauswana Kalafat Kamrakamani stays 14 minutes gone Carlo Giampila Papari Karim Pekli will knock out last 16 Reza Mamutemuki Fagukis Kenyan Takas Fagukis Kenyan Takas Fagikut Kenyan Takas Fagikut Fagikis Retama
Oh, so if they don't score,
Robert Fatkamani Devin Titus Ana Moyanti Bari Hotuna Lemtetwa
no, I feel like he's still finding his direction. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, I think he must call him goes quiet. This guy will help
Iputano Santana Lelan ya Mauba. Toka wana St. Stevens, mnazola mwanzi wa Bertrams, Johannesburg, akena skolu kama kaboli tene. Na hivi, tina katino kabo na akitivi, serka wanati. Kalafat kamroka na makosi, the pool clinical, kaupulanta temufu, ina kamane, puli huko, na aparatiri mune, shopesa makosi, hamara oxytetwa, kamra hanyani, wakamuta manaki muni, the pool clinical, unkaboli tene latena watu. Arimponi manna kibata mutu na bata kanyisa mayo na kanarukita hagoja dipaki harone pin coat bole amakosi lile
corner
hote
nilipoli
sama kosi hote me huku eto pasa makosi hote me huku eto pasa makosi harbonena weza timtemote Lepo. Kebona hai. Shaglian Clark hata Stellenbosch na kita. Openi wana ligi. Letu Shinwa politilili. Wenkamlo kamane Oscarin. Na atla khetwa yona kamane Puskas Award. Ilina khawifwan Sabiwan ka etla hol fatsi. In kalenda ye yuna Oscarin Masuluke impa le kwela mukhuti na tsani la tsara ko tutat ula tsara ko tu khafela kura ka fumana mohope ida le metso ka fumana le hlompho ke kana same story Solomons Kapone Unawaya Solomons apia Bayemeza makosi mayo La parote Skachina mnemo mule atula pelika papari mayo Kredola bravo Kapatene gopala muna DHL Stadium Pizana mo pamalite supidente fide Akopane kamane eka Danny Craven Stellenbosch Kara Kempas in Visto Stellenbosch Dematis
When did you say that?
Kalkazo Tibuke Visto Cape Town Visto Kalkine Aikis
Chaba.
Abone Shabalala Amunkina Bono Visto Stellenbosch Visto Kalkine Matis Hali in Visto Cape Town Kaman Karunde Bosch Anamana Funyala de Toropa Cape Town Visto Kalkine Aikis Bumpuri Football Iamoto University Tibuke ke University of Free State hana na bitso to ke the Coxes hana ka manga Pretoria University of Pretoria ona mabitso fela mo tshimo ke Tekis akona o ntang thole mo can't teach you everything
In the press conference,
nka ba ka bana mo tshimo ke Frank Cross by time
I feel like they speak in emotion.
uteka le famolo ka lo passa ma con solo più 71,000 non c'è che la che in Stellenbosch lì le poca show pizza molto che chiamano Solomons a volte entrano in ticket che vanno a più anche ma una fofa che vanno a più montat alle che vanno a più montat
I hope we don't make go to extra time. Can we just finish this game?
Solomons un cavallo fra giocava lì le po uscire uomini pizza molto picco vuole sulla canche a
Ndio liko pia kila na bandage.
very claustrophobic football ina quality man quality e lo sta ba kana ba qualle mu abone mana fof ta kenya bolo churam kenya bolo itele kama no atamo hana kama ne pick up 99 wala hapa kama ne mana fof bara ke kwa ai kale fat mutat bara kale fat mutat 20 minutes gone Carlo Capilla Papari can impeccable knockout last 16 Fagu Kesi, Faghi Golin Tanam. Abone, quindi ca. Ci va per la gioca Rocca un barreapi, ma io affida pi, picco di che nadio, bara SBT con la cinta picco tuona, buona un tetra, winga cavona, catraca di quella, what va che io, traga di quella, chi si fu, a cui mi fu, per quella capola fumi, wiki la traga di quella. Vita mutu, ai vita peñalwala, arga kena gatama, barumone, manafov, hudalam rab, abita mutu, arkinem, Kenya mutu, ai sidila, ai pidika, hudalam rab, khiba. Galafat kamra kamanem taba, pona kamanem aloisa, akimata mutu, tiano mutu kena ketsin kalabala, alona kafella kaita tidaka chim, papala kem tiano tim daga bisal matati, chacho khiba. Galafat tim kan peñalwala, kena kamanem aloisani, bai Kenya matati, bai Kenya chutudinale, bai pagala matata, ona pozilama bakafo kora manaka. Pozilama bakafo kora Stellenbosch, kamra bapa chos kusukan kibona bai bapa la kamusha. Yena kala boro kamra Stellenbosch. Pakka boro peñalwala, pizza mutu Kenya mutu la hala kamra kamane so, tiba fela joro, bare toliona, ai pe, bata mayo, una tiba kamra kamane, marisali, mana fof, abola kiti, ai tusan kamra kamane, agena atempo sinkaba, mana kamra kamane makosi, una iteka itwanela, bata kala fati, witi baga so kamane cross, bare toliona te pila, arki bata mutu, hana mulisa parare, hana jole pili kamo sibeti, ria pili, mayo, ato kamane masuluke, he likes doing things spectacularly, yana kamona masuluke, boring trying thing, kama plan kana shagli, kasisa kick, kasha lola no pare, aba para shopen sabaro kapurwani, Peter Mkawa Stadium, by Kalafata Makosi Amash, Halokata Kamani TYT, Toyota Cross, Abiza Moto, Kenya Moto, Lata Tuki Sevara, I clear. Mokomori Watsivore, Mosebeti Batuna Hadi, Ochang, Onana Kwana Yeta, Data Tuel Lafufa. Kewona wila happy. Ona udia mirumka na wela what? Hadi Mosebeti that.
Manuela kimasawana ndio papa kinaweza hiyo.
Utaona kibona ngidi ntora
Ya papa ndio
Upama moja tenge Mosebeti ona waisari. Okay. Nalagi tiwe twende ngene banya. Raptoro mtemke ndikishemeshe tutaka na akijama kama John Kofi tena tepili. Kijana akifurame kopana kuna tepili. Mna kitane ngikhato ali shumen kopana yani kama ka aklo tani kreme stadium lehona mona DHL stadium tobala mokhetlo a shumen mona kitso kakaretso kana kama khet ali shumen lina limitso everybody kaufela. Hani pagbabansaano ba ko para kung saan dan sa kachino Stellenbosch la filkalo kaya amaran kada chips yawa para draw ka khulingin ya fela kusur wa dipenele ay makamauto he kujisetula mukobobo kupensama kusiamake rotira mtemke kisema cha sababu ni nasema sama lakai oligi kalele primero mukhosi jabona maitoni pufa pale salisa pirio ta penyana kiatsima madimecha ale ule muhimu ebele sipilipili kama ukafanzu 18 peso lo tamadona khadiri yaka rabona bona king tobe kuboni loena tsembo kwina wata fela mafetu kuja na yatsa mona kata lakai timu kosim krina na kubone rikta kujona hapa mbele hatuna mpaka papari hatuna mpaka papari hatuna mpaka papari kile hopule tuna hapa tu amrena goma kosum ke yende kale bona kafe bon kala fate bono tiba paisa ina shogi ya hanke international kama kana Angola kale bala Angola Mozambique Afrika Mura Zambia Zimbabwe Botswana roto yaona Africa Cup of Nations remezi District 6 ya continent Afrika harbala tini hakka fela heta sata karbone pil kamane kabara lina hayani ya Comoros kuna roto ya Cup of Nations karbone na kamane pule moti very quiet papanyena tonali lepo sono fela kapro kamane marisani spanere penya mara mshidi wami bakamoto pura kamane TYT kule para manditaba arki bakamoto penya bala hawo ka tsaka mna bakamoto mabutola nze pira meta pala skera chora kama tsobana araski bela chora kama tso khano kamane mokopodi khano kamane mokopodi Stellenbosch kun papanya tsaka chino Papede draw Lishipa United noto Papani Tsileti Stellenbosch I'm so happy Papani na le draw Zepedi la kile kama khetu amane with Stellenbosch very dangerous starting like a chain Kabone Kabolo Bakamoto Skapmana Moto Masuluke Papani Tsileti Fitile Taliki Stellenbosch has not scored a goal. They've not won a game in 6, drew 2 and lost 4. 3 out of 6, no goal scored to Stellenbosch. Mkabala ukatela ya Stellenbosch until the 50th game kikali 17 September and para Amazulu. In the last 6, Stellenbosch has not having cup. Empire National Wing Kaizer Supile and scored only 1. Likulwani. Unarwa sukunyeza kamane Likulwani. Impamola kama fita kupagitamo. Naya kama Likulwani are kia sukunyeza buntate kele impagitaluna. Barahona moya timba mkwala. Kwinika ena kamane Solomons. Utwendate auda jina kama mutu nga kuroto ngoyamu. Munga parumi, munga heme, munga chizi, munga salami, tumfaka pagati, mukwalamu, munga halijinge. Jenino Palace asomana nke papanyena mtemuke. Zeki mutana uka Jenino Palace. Pabole Jenino Stellis. Sua kamani twari. Enkamnoro kamani twari. Amutiwa raskara wonga pelinya. Amutiwa po raskara latela ka pelinya. Rapide mutemuke. Notoka kwa 27 minutes gone. Barakan tuta tila tibismak masa moros kantata wanagaya. Gat. Apone rankika Manchester Palace. Eiteka manikiona Ilma Stellis. Amone tutto gina kamane cross. Bakamoto cross. Wire cross. Wamaralla cross. Wamutiba fela joaro. Bare emonamu. Pari emonamu. Rabona na tafella kai. Bare ema kama utunyambo ser kupa mesi moment erige. Kya ema kangeti. Kya ema bona kya ema kama utuwa lechera mesi moment iwalechi. Bare ema kama utuwa mesi moment kitalo. La bona kiema jir. Kineno kiema kama utakir. Habona. Muna kara. Kila mkono kautimu. toka kwano toka mwana mutemuke ari zitala supili zitaganye hamujera mutemuke tumeleke bora ukini mushimana kasemo sitakani bala tuza wasia atatuli watati kama tepe mutemu teponze nyone tumama kasinza faitala mina munyamo sokuru choro kama kataka tingswayo iko yana kasuma kataka mubisa mama kataka mazi ushwa bati kaka lezo maka konzi banzima kako setendo tingswayo Carbone Yeme kama mtu waiteke yeme kiye Olha só Kiye Teke yeme kiye Kama ulinge Carbone Massuke Ile moti Carbone Teto Nyambo sonku Tomatili Moti Pole koti Vamos ya fati Rade kamani Jiri chimani Alu tole zentimo Pega msibiti mumbe mutake Kibula fati hai Kibuteke Nifune luko Lakini yima mawezi kiyemi Kalau kita mesti mungkin tiba di sini atau kau nak 30 minit ayat. Kalau kita mesti mungkin tiba di sini kau. Kalau kita mesti mungkin tiba di sini orang utal pada sebuah komunitas kita. Berapa ni? Carbone, mana fov. Kamu fela jol kamu mana fov patah motor. Harmono kama ni kanyuta kanyisa litaparakia wanalito aikuza mroa kama na makosi ya make baraka mfati mtena tamayo aya makama ni Stevie Bakara mnatamela bologina atamela bologina arisaka Carbone huya kama atenko simkaba Kyo Hetaba, man of the match, 120 star 120 star, 660 hash, man of the match, Umuhe. Yapo Sonku, Umkurus, yeah. Zinzizwa ti. Yeah, tina zinzizwa, wabona lwena mkusimu. Luzi taba mahufula muna, zinzizwa tina. Yeah, zinzizwa ipele. Yeah, ipele zinzizwa mfanman. Taba gwana. Mafat. Wabuni mafat. Carbone kamera kamani. Nakona mutemu kiri. Rabatan kano jira nakona mutemu. Ndemesana mtimu le fati, mesana mtimu le klase. Hawana tuetala muna. Erikule mama tigirona. Erikibata mete pila mutama zamana lantimunishu. Chiamata me Tanuano, anche Messi, Entuari, la chelete dell'entuari, Punakamani Picco 9-9, Hanakamon Comneza Pararbona, Scambia Fate Manafo. Arbona, rapide Mutemute. Stellenbosch who pull a losing finalist 19 in Khatlano Pirates.
There's no goal to target.
Hapona na kapile chwa mtemuke. Notoka bona notoka kwana. Amerika kenata Kenya bo. Kupetsa makosi amashene perfecta mabos. Abafana motura no bolo. Resga chincha kurva mtabum. Abafana baga Kaizer. Angabona bampenya baramtetwa. Sinya baruka mani nyambose. Tenu babor. Wailashela mutu. Bimutu. Klinika hanakaona. Pama flaka tumatata santi.
This boy has changed under Nagi's leadership.
Le Kulwane, Le Munima, Yenakamane, Solomons, Le Quinica, Yashin, Toya Humamela.
Everybody, when they were asked to go to do the one Malaha, they all like look how he's performing. He's even able to attack.
Hashem Abata, 34 minutes gone, 10 to go. Manafov, Lachela, Polekot, Bahanakaon, Munakata Tua, Intermonekot is Delis, I want 70, Harbore, Timam Rakamare, Munatuari. Naliposon is in Taiti, Ramolina, Kiman, Kakim Tiani, Akonaki, Atemkotim Kala. Namtambule Timona Rukupa Kimshamse Lot 12. Lot 12 Sevitanali fouls and misconduct. Ikaita lakatila zima tazifa finding Lot 12 ya fouls and misconduct. Ikaba Kajirisi, Kaba Muraya, Kaba Usevisa Puisa Nepala, Ikaba foul a player in or outside the box. Severisa Tinesa Nepala Nova Palabolo starts showing and conference on they fall under fouls and misconduct.
I love
Kuluyamula Kakarito Karabu Kiona Lot 12. Each and every incident in lead Meritayon, Kekera generalizer. Emulumina Meritayon. Even the sanction itself,
Also,
it
in terms of when he was playing with the 97
until you look at Kapaten Cat, Kapaiti, Jenny Palace, Batamoto Chargers, very quiet. Kalungina Ia Papari, Dina Devon Chargers, Jokawana Cross Arabana Fati, Bamutli Gaika, Bamutawu. That's one Barry Skaba and Miss O'Hare.
I'm a fool in about
No heavyweight beef. How can you Miss O'Hare? Why?
Look at the Stellenbosch.
Oh, Fapana. Kenya Moro Kabarunda, Era, Chura, Manafov. I don't get that Nakington Jaka. How about when you go to Chura Makosi? Can I come and Limpo? Near Miguel Solano? I'm not going to Shiri. 27 minutes gone, rapid in Tamuke. I want to Devon Touches without Kenya Moto, Manafov, Putin Gamari, who takes Possum Zengi Pasamakosi. Who takes Possum Zengi Amakosi. Gossing Peeling Lobo, Mapolo Balo.
But I think he made it.
Sabona Kona Winti, I'll got Niti Kabona. Albon Namakai Sivitajuan, Yola Kamona Stellenbosch. 7 minutes, it's in the quad. Okay, Fushanya, Halakam and Tetua. Good morning. Dalla pala, non c'è stato infatti. Carbone, now it's empty. Pule modi. Ah, qua è.
I'm finding your head.
Ora pala. How is a papati? There must be clear and evident danger to the player. Otherwise, you cannot stop an attack by the opposing team. There was no head contact. I want to give Lela. Thank you. Impama wa FIFA only law 5, law 6, referee and all other match officials. Referee in Pakistan. Yanka Ethiopia Atena. Nayaka Sutu says very. The referee's decision is final. I suppose the referee's final is decision.
Obviously, that match was gonna go to extra time because it was 86 minutes. And they saved because
the referee's decision is final. Referee's finality. Yeah. Come on. Law 5, the referee. Authority of the referee. The referee has full authority to enforce the laws of the game in the match to which they are appointed. Their decisions or facts connected with play, finish and clap. He's got powers and duties to enforce the law. You're not referee. And the law 6 is other match officials. Thank you. One I want to get things sure to black out of
strategy to say goalkeeper is nice.
Exactly, Jack. Come on. Of course. Top. Shala. My way in it. Ababu in Tamoke Mayo. Lily Lepo. Impacted whatever course. Come on. Batamut. Yalla Pala. We take on the fans. Richard Bay, Zama Peligan Taro, William Chipa. 3 Richard Bay, 1 Chipa. Noto Makosi, Noto Stellenbosch. Cameramana Mutemo Dodopana Paparia Shopa, Sa Amazuru, Lekopa Samakesi. Mayo. Nobo. Signavolo Makosi. Non chiedevolo Kani, ma non chiede una hape, che la fatta Makosi. Pignavalo Oxentetwa. Pizza Mulkamani, chiede una cross. Terza con Tetwa, siamo giunti in fatto, Emma. Emma Zama. Takana Kwana, vi abbiamo la bolla. Abbiamo tu la bolla, Bolancini. Abbiamo tu la Kamani Lepo. Noi chi le Kamani in Kosi Pilengobo. Liena len kakataro le Stellenbosch, papanya pila seitla, joro kana li po fera joa. Ta Kenya bolo kamani atenko sintaba. Sale no toka mona no toka kwana. Stellenbosch putting up a brave fight. Kataro la Makosi. They've been scored in 3, they've been won in 6. You wanna come on Stellenbosch? Ingaita de Chopa se Biaholo. Se Kanasa Makata. Babata Baitu second Chopa Sema. Arbone, Modi, Natway Kizinson. Penyamala, Letu Shidwam. Puna Kamani Tiwati, Tota Cross. Puna Pekamane Mor, Natway Kizinson. Penyamala. In Kafela Jola Makosi, 2 minutes. Ezezinga Kwani, Nangweka Kitwa. Ungaitelili, Fumanamoto. Harmona pin coat. Wepe akamali lepo, puna kamara Oxentetwa, ailatela, kanyisa mayo, abone, barakanyisi bani kanyisa, yatara kamara Makosi, unahana, mana fofa, susukole kaya. Ikalafat kamali kurano batamoto, batakamani kanyi, kanyar moral kurano kai, moral juskan kebasile, kanyura garutuli, ilingi pats. Ya, out. Musubedi, yeah. You put one of our tagging young tag in. Eighty man, you put the another tag in and tag in your Solomons, the Mita man, Kupala put. I'm what to not tag in the Mangapana. Have a Midavaki, Musubedi, Kabaki. Yeah, something like that. Tahupulama. Kerbone. Atenko Sinkaba. Hailina Quenfilia Quaro. Kava Miss Movement happens upon half. Like who left and get out of Willy Harbon. Pincot. Lachelle. Kakana Pila. Are Hujina Hauji. Hailina Kuram Temuke. Silimpia Hulu. Naka Lamuter Panelo, Kabutekiani, Senifala. It should be 45 minutes. Siafas coming into Shabalala, Pamita Pararepi, Pinyabala, Nanki Kaman Shini, Pakaman BMW 325IS, Lakina Ball, Tiba Rokaman Stellenbosch, Peter Muntu Devon Titus, Kai Lakina Kapin, over the top, Haronova Kaman. Svetlana said to say Yemela, Hanakam Rakaman Miguel Ignacio, Pila, by Gaffa John Kamani, Kirakamani Tika Solomons, Arakalim Fatin Manafo, Kaikanyamoro, Miguel Ignacio, Kirabashim Ravan Calabona, the Baton Pilu, Kigani the Calabon, Albaton Kigani, the Manafo, Calafata Tempotinkaba, Pinyamarwana Kamani Tiani, Tenwakamutu Kabolo, Awatamutuena, Tipa, Awatamutukaman Makopodi, Pinyambala, Utakavata, Twirkama Devon Tatas, Tatas Moramoto, Kiba, Arone Tatas, Watamoto, Ole Guzi, Fielakam Rakaman, Sosu, Kaya Solomons. 2 minutes gonna feel like that gets on Timothy Manafort, Hutagawara, Tampinabala, Kalafat Kamraka, and President Tamulisani, Abitamoto, Arojaman Mokopoti, Ottawa Kobora Mokopoti, Ottawa Kobora Ramakopoti, Abatamoto, Bakalafati, Arojaman Keram Tiani, Nondaba, Wikafati Nondaba, Penyanabala, Otai, I Lashela, Pitamoto, Shumanamoto, Motuti, Armona, Kokota Wanaka, Likurwani, I see Yamora Cholaka. He needs to get Cavalio. He bought the ISO after the pig. Kimunamutemuke and Twani, the whole circumference of the ball has to cross the line, whether to determine a goal or to determine if the ball is still in play or not. Lotte. Dankavolo for John Camarello. Peter Mutukenya Mutulashe. Peter Mutukenya Mutulashe and Lashe. Baratodo. It can be a Maposi. Muna Salafati. Kantikatwa. Mukoboti. Omukoboti. Mukoboti. Omukoboti. Omukoboti Mukoboti. Tapara Mukoboti. Mukoboti. Chabala. And BMW like I go over and run away and think. I can go over and be me. I go over.
And why buses are not shoot out of the boats? Because maybe they can't break the fence.
But I have to take it and take it. Come on, Toby. Motobi, Celebrity
And no one else, no correlation.
Kamanka, Clinton, Lilepo, Ulima Bono, ancora da che ancora da c'era il lupo. C'è tanti. C'è che dai. Abon Lilepo, Shiru Taylor na Pilahai. Kabin Babona Kanamara Boleko. Kita untuk kita karena akan terjadi. Awak tahu di bawah nanti lihat posisi. Angkat pelajar di bawah.
Kalau kita bersama dia, kita berjalan dia.
Setelah kita kembali bila papari, hari nak kau nak cakap ke, fegi dengan kau am kena betul semua orang di luar fegi. Nih macam mana dengan lama ini kemari, jadi cari harmoni. Angkat ini lama kau simpan. Giro Kamani Stellis, Giorgio Celi Chavana Bona, Lenzo di Cane che hanno in fila papani, ora c'è l'esettimo, ora c'è l'esettimo, zero di multati, se ancora sia, buia, sia, buia,